Hi there. I am here with Swami Divyananda,
Hari Om.
and this is Mark, and I'm doing my readings from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. Doing this for 365 days. And I first met Swami Divyananda in 2009 when I did my yoga teacher training with Integral Yoga. And I was immediately struck with her and just felt blessed by the experience and started teaching pretty much immediately after my training, I think in large part because of you.
No. He's a star, and it was visible from the first day. So we forced him to teach immediately.
Well, I feel like I'm getting so much from it. So I'm going to read from May 6th, and Swami Divyananda asked that I just do the whole reading, so I'm going to do that because
I don't have my glasses with me.
we won't worry about that or have her go get them. So here we are. So the topic is, first you have to stabilize yourself. And this is in a question and answer format. So the question to Gurudev is, can a spiritually minded person have a harmonious life together with someone who is not spiritually minded? The person I care about does not understand or accept my God-centeredness. And Swami Satchidananda says, you can still care about that person. Just remember that you have to stabilize yourself before you help someone else. Ideally, your companion should be somebody who has similar thinking. But if you're strong enough and won't be affected by his or her lifestyle, it's fine to stay with that person. Gradually, you can help him. If you're going to be adversely affected by that person, you are not yet ready to be helpful. In that case, you should take care of yourself first. You can pray for that person, but don't let him disturb your peace. First, you have to stabilize yourself. You know what came to mind?
What?
The 4 locks and the 4 keys, the last one about the person who is wicked and to disregard. And I remember over time that I thought about that I had trouble with that one in a way, because I thought, well, it seems like we'll always just be moving away from someone whom we might call wicked or that we have challenge with. But that I learned for myself that could change to having compassion for that person later. And that compassion came from my work, from my ability to no longer see that person as the wicked person or the bad person, but that I took it on as I just didn't have the skills at the moment to know how to regard that person, so I needed to disregard them. But that when I reached that point when I felt more stronger, and one of my best examples are some of the homeless people. You know, there are times when I'm just like, I don't know how to engage if they're asking me something, so I've walked away. And other times when I've been able to actually say, hey, how are you? You know, and they're now someone I don't think as someone that challenges me so much, but that I can,
You can relate to.
Yeah.
Well, I was struck by that because it's such a clear answer to a common question. It's really quite common that issue comes up. But he's so clear about it, to stabilize, secure your peace, and then engage in the relationship. And if stabilizing means that you step back, like disregard for the wicked, then that's appropriate.
Because you hear about some people in relationships who are with someone who, you know, maybe they don't have the same spiritual practice, that same outlook on how life unfolds and flows. They have, you know, they're different, and we may have judged them at one point as though they're not being as conscious, you know, but somehow, you know, we may be drawn to that person just the same for some other reasons. And I have a friend who said to me once that water seeks the same level.
Oh, really?
And I thought that was interesting. So somehow you're matching with them. In other words, you know, you're not here and they're here. Like, oh, I'm the one who's...
You'll naturally come to an evenness and equanimity, sort of.
And that there's something that drew you together to help one another find that balancing.
I think it's very important to realize that we're changing and our partners are changing. So the positions we take may be very temporary. And he also says pray for the person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're unable to sustain a face-to-face relationship, you can still keep them in your heart and hold them in prayer. It's a beautiful way to extend a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's important because after all, I always try to remind myself, we are connected in some way or another. We tend to think that we're not connected or that we need to, only stick with the people that, well, it's funny is the reading from just yesterday or a couple days ago, get in their boat. And it's like getting in the boat with the people that you feel are going in the right direction. Right. And that means that you're leaving behind.
Yeah, who are you leaving behind? That's also an issue.
But
I remember I had a problem with my supervisor. This is 25 years ago. And I had called Swamiji, and I was full of complaints and saying he did this, he did that, he doesn't listen to me. And what Swamiji said is he said, always be grateful when he accepts your ideas. And he says, make sure the relationship is not damaged. That was such an important instruction for me. So when I have a problem in a relationship, I try to deal with it, work with it, process it, but I keep that as a bottom line to make sure the relationship isn't damaged.
Wow, that's powerful. I think sometimes I'll feel like we feel justified in leaving something that will throw on them,
right?
To make them feel bad, or
I wanted Swamiji to say you're absolutely right. I'll speak to him on your behalf. He didn't do it.
He didn't do it. Yeah, and that's power. And there's that tapas too, maybe, where you're you're having to just because there's something that you must have had to be humbled by in order to not want to cause damage or lead into damage. There's something I've heard of a phrase, we won't be, more or less it says, disturbed by the wreckage of our past. We'll know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. And we'll intuitively know how to handle them. And I think it's a way of being mindful in these situations rather than creating more harm or creating something, because that when we're doing that, where's that really coming from? It's coming from the ego or this little person that's feeling hurt. And we just want to get back. We want to win. We want to be on the top of the hill. Like I feel like we're seeing in some of our news, but we
see some bad examples.
No, but it teaches us, right? I mean, those are the things that help awaken in us an opportunity to think differently. That's what I feel.
Oh yes, I think our present government is going to bring forward a lot of lessons for us.
And we have to stabilize ourselves. I mean, in this regard to what's happening with the country. I mean, I think that just feels to me, we can think of that relationship that we have with our government, with any relationship. I mean, after all, that's all we have are these relationships. And we can either get pulled in all the different directions, or we can learn how to stabilize, ourselves, right?
Absolutely. It's going to make us so strong inside ourselves.
Well, I hope that this has helped to bring some stability into your experience of watching these and hearing Swami Satchidananda's words and having this amazing presence of Swami Divyananda, that this was helpful for you.
I'm honored to be here.
I've been waiting for this moment, honestly, to be able to get time. And Swami Divyananda just gave a workshop or a satsang on Jnana Yoga. And it was just so inspiring and moving. I'm glad I got to be here. And I said, hey, let's do a reading of the Golden Present after me. Perfect. It's your favorite. I think it's becoming mine.
It's my joy.
Thank you so much.
It's such a great project you have. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you next time, and we'll see you when Swami Divyananda will get to bless us again in one of these. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.